Okay, so we're all going to be living together in our little family groups, and often this is the first time we're all together 24/7 over a long period of time. So I've got some suggestions to minimise the friction that will be happening. First of all, recognise that if you are self-isolating or you're down in a curfew, there is a sense of grieving that goes on in the background about this. We have all lost our freedom to do certain things, our ability to socialise. So I'm going to do a few videos on how to minimise the effect of socialisation. What I've done is in every room I have one of these to-do lists. So they're things that I'm going to do. This is part of the to-do list in my sewing room. Now, I have a UFO list, which is an unfinished object list that's about 6 of these long, but this is the priority list. And if I have one of these in each room, when I want to go and do something different, I've got a memory jogger of what to do. Then we have a family suggestion board. Here, we've gone around the house and identified things that need to be done, like fix the fence palings, painting, blah, blah, blah. One of the things we've got is a family activity per day. I think it's really important that we come together because we often are in our own little worlds doing our things. But apart from eating and coming together for that sort of purpose, we also need to have some fun together. So one family activity per day is probably a good idea. Then we have a couple activity per day. Now, that doesn't mean just George and I. What I've devised here is a list for each person. So this is things George can do with Maya, and on this side is things Maya can do for George. So this is George's list, and he'll list down here things that he can do with Maya specifically, like we used to call them play dates when we had Maya as a child. I'd have a play date with her doing certain things, which might have been go and have ice cream. And George had play dates with her, which might have been go down to the park and bicycle ride. So just the two of them, activities they can do together that they enjoy. On this side, it's things Maya can do for George. So George identifies things that he'd like Maya to do for him. On the other side of the page, we have things George can do with Miranda and things Miranda can do for George. So George identifies activities that he would like to do with me. It might be build another garden bed. It might be fix something in the garage together. And over here, it's things Miranda can do for George. Like if he has some sewing that needs done, or he wants me to do some research for him on something he's interested in, he just lists whatever it is that I could help him with. So each member of the family has a sheet. They're all blank at the moment because we've just devised these sheets. And what we now do is fill in our own sheets, and tomorrow we come together and share our information. This is just a way of listing ways we can work together, and we can spend some time together, some quality time together, and instead of thinking, oh, what can I do with Maya, or oh, what can I do with George, we have it listed and we can go to our list. We add to the list, we cross things off, and it's just a memory jogger, but a good discussion point of things we can help each other with. I want George to help me learn how to do some things on the internet, on my computer, because he happens to be a bit of a whiz kid on that. And so I'm going to write all the things that I need to have sorted on my computer. So that's just one way. Well, actually 3 ways. Personal to-do list, family to-do list, and a what I can do for you and with you list. So good luck, stay safe, and be patient. It's going to be difficult times for everybody. Thank you.